Glad to have you join us, sir.
Thank you for having me once again. I am happy to be here with you. Thank you.
Yes, I've been following this xenophobic attacks in South Africa, and of course, the last batch of Nigerians were evacuated sometime last week. And Nigerians have evacuated over 1,000, precisely 1,490 people. But we see our president, condemning this attack during the ECOWAS session. But beyond condemning the attack, what should our government really do in the aftermath of this xenophobic attack?
Thank you. I think the topic, South Africa's response to whatever they claim is happening in their country and caused by other African nationals, is very bad, because I've always said it that if someone is constituting nuisance in your country or in your environment, what do? Arrest that person and treat that person like a criminal, and don't rub it off on all other individuals from that environment or from that habitat or country or society, as the case may be. So what black South Africans have done, the Zulus, is reprehensible. It is very bad. It is distasteful. Yes, I admit indubitably that some Nigerians have committed a lot of atrocities in South Africa. Of course, when you talk of or you talk about hard drug sales, when you talk about maybe cultism, illegal residency, and others. But it is not enough reason for South African government to watch its citizens chasing other African nationals out of South Africa. All of a sudden, they've forgotten the effort, the sacrifices that other African countries made when they were in need, when the little white population in South Africa were exterminating them in the name of apartheid. So I think the action of the government, because indirectly the government supported those attacking other African nationals in South Africa. And what the Nigerian government has done is good by rescuing some of the people living in South Africa who are from Nigeria. I think it's commendable. However, it is not enough to bring them back to Nigeria without assisting them with incentives to continue living, to continue managing their lives and families fairly. So it is very unfortunate that even up till now, many Nigerians are still in South Africa. And I don't pity for any Nigerian still living in South Africa who falls victim of any harm. So Nigerian government should do more by incentivizing those that have come back home, because I am sure that they lost their businesses over there, they lost their companies, they lost their property, they lost everything. So let Nigerian government emulate Ghana, because it is not enough to just repatriate them or to just tell them come back home. Assist them so that they can fairly live, reintegrate them into the Nigerian society by incentivizing their existence, because it is not easy to be deported all of a sudden when you never prepared for such. It's not easy. Some of these people, some of these Nigerians that were brought home had lived for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, or even more in South Africa. All of a sudden, they were made to come back home forcibly. It is very bad, and the Nigerian government should not forget this ill treatment by South African government and people. Nigerian government, Nigerians shouldn't forget what they are passing through in the hands of black South Africans and South African government. Yes. So my opinion there is that in as much as the government has done well by bringing back home those who were ready to come back home, then there is urgent need for these people who have accepted to come back home to be incentivized, to be assisted, to start to have something doing. Some of them who are graduates should be employed into federal government agencies, and state governments where they come from, the states they come from, should do well by also assisting them, emulating the action of Edo State governor. So there is need for the federal government and the state government to come to their rescue. Even when they are at home already, they should be assisted with funds to find something doing for themselves. It is very important. So let them not be just be dumped in Nigeria and forgotten, because Nigerian government is fond of behaving that way. It's not enough bringing them back home. So let the needful be done, and that needful is empower them, help them to start businesses, help them with employment, help them with grants, help them with everything they need to start living fairly in Nigeria. So it's true that federal government or state governments didn't send them to South Africa, but it has become an emergency, and it has to be treated as such, because we cannot wish them away. We cannot cast them into running water, because they are Nigerian citizens. And most of them were not criminals in South Africa. Most of them helped in developing the South African economy. Most of them helped in employing South Africans. So it is very reprehensible. It is very bad. And I believe that soon, black South Africans who treated other African nationals in this manner will come to terms with their actions and inactions. Moreover, the government of the day in South Africa, which watched criminals, hoodlums, wasting lives of fellow African brethren. So it is very bad. It is very bad. And I pray that Nigerian government does the needful by coming to the rescue financially. There should be fiscal support. There should be employment opportunities, grants, for these people that have come home, and for those who are still staying in South Africa. They are on their own. They are on their own, because anything could, happen to them. And Nigerian government has, elected to assist them by taking them back home. So that is my opinion.
Thank you so much. Donasike, one of the things they mentioned.
Understand? It is very, very belated. This thing started happening over 4 months ago.